Okay, perfect. There. Okay, so welcome everybody to our January Hoot Basket. We are doing Brewing Joy, and you either got an all-natural version or a version with color. So for the demo, I'm going to do them with color just so you can, I think it shows better. Yeah. Okay, so we are going to just jump right in and get started. Maybe. Yes. We have also we have Ziva in the studio too. So
Oh, of course. I heard her bark.
do you hear any noises that might be her?
Yeah.
All right. Let me just get all my cords. Let me get all my cords out of the way. Whoops, whoa, come back. There we go. That one out of the way. There we go. And we'll get that one out of the way. And we'll stick that one there. I need that. There. Okay. I think I'm ready to go. So how's everyone doing today?
Fantastic.
Good. Excellent. Rita, that's great to hear. Rita had back surgery
5 weeks ago,
5 weeks. It's been five. I was going to say about a month, but yeah, 5 weeks. So perfect.
December the 12th.
So glad you're here.
I am too. It's been a long time since I've been on one of these.
Yeah, it has. All right. So for your spokes, I'm going to start here. For your spokes, just take them and dip them and pull them out. You don't need to soak them. They just need to have a little dip. Sorry.
Are you splashing?
Yeah. You think about it sometimes because I am too.
Okay. It is. Sorry about that. Okay. And if you are using colored reed, please wipe them down. Yes, right there.
I'll be right back. I gotta go get my towel to dry.
Okay.
Wipe.
Wipe. Yeah, we want to wipe. Colored reed, regardless of how good it is dyed, will bleed a little bit, at least a little bit. So I will tell you, I was doing this one quickly and I did not, and I'm gonna hold it up close. You can probably see the bleeding on it. It bled a little bit when I was doing it, so not terrible, but
You stain it, it hides it.
that's right. That's true. You stain it, it hides it. So I'm gonna just go through and wipe all of my things. So let me talk a little bit about the idea. So in the winter time, especially, I am a bigger tea drinker than, well, I'm both. I drink coffee in the morning, and I like to drink tea in the evening. And I'm an herbal tea drinker. I don't care for black tea, but I do like the herbal teas. So I was thinking about, I have a couple little baskets that I've made over time that I had stuff stored in. But I was thinking a nice elongated one would be nice for both tea bags or, so I've got both in here. I've got some pods for my K-cup, and then and actually I have a couple of things of tea that I had thrown in here. So I just thought it was kind of a cute way to display your coffee, or if you had guests and you wanted to, offer coffee or tea, had something to do it in. I love those big wood tea things that you get that have, like, all the different teas. Like when you go to a hotel, there's like 9 different ones.
The tea chest.
Yeah, those are always awesome. So anyway, all right. So once you have dunked and dunked and wiped off your color if you have color. If you're using natural, then you don't need to worry about that. You can do that. The first thing you're gonna do is take 4 pieces. Let me go to the table view now. There we go. Okay, so get situated here a little better. Okay. Okay, so you're going to take 4 pieces, and if you're doing color, I did the colors on the corner. There's no right or wrong for whether it's color or natural on the corners. The colors showed up well, so that's why I did it. So we're gonna cut 2 at a time, and we're going to cut and just make a point on 4 of the pieces. There we go. Okay. And those 4 are going to become your corner ones, just to give it a little room at the corner. Okay, so you've got 4 pieces. 4 pieces that you're going to cut on the corner. Okay. All right. So we're going to start. When we're doing this, we want to make sure that we're putting them in so the rough side is up. And just a reminder, you can check your rough sides by bending, and the side that has the hairier pieces. I come up close if you guys can see that. Yeah, that's hard to see. But anyway, the side that has the hairier pieces is the rough side, and that side is the side that we want up. So I'm going to start by putting, come up a little bit here. There we go. All right. We're going to do the 4 corners. So the bases are from Tony Hetty.
Yeah, he's good.
He is good. If you've been to any conventions and seen there, he does really nice work. He's here in Kentucky, and he's just great to work with too. So I will give him a plug. Huh?
It's not.
Yeah.
At all.
So when we do the twining around,
It'll
it'll tighten it up. Yep.
It's gonna be tricky to do that.
Yeah, come on. All right. All right. And then we have on each short end, we're going to put 3 pieces. And I'm alternating the color and the natural.
Okay, I have a question. Maybe that's just a shadow. But okay, you got the purple on the corner. Okay,
Yeah.
it's the shadow underneath because I'm going, the 2 purples together, but it's just a shadow of the spoke.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay. You can't,
Here, I'll hold it
remember,
down. There you
remember
go.
Laura Lee, my wonderful eyes.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. right.
Legendary.
You do that?
No, ma'am, I bought them.
Cool.
No, I bought them.
Cheryl Dixon.
Yes.
All right. There.
Get these out of the way. Come on. So.
All right.
Debbie, am I crowding you? No.
So 3 in the middle here?
3 on the short ends.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you're doing color, it's going to be 2 natural and 1 colored.
The other direction. I think it's gonna be the same. Yeah. Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, all these things.
Yeah, so we're gonna get, then all the rest are gonna go in and I'm just gonna.
Yeah, mine are not tight at all. I was hoping they'd be tight from soaking them.
Yeah, these feel a little, let's talk to Tony about that. A little less, a little
Snug.
less space. Yes,
You agree.
think so.
Okay.
Which one go? Bottle or something?
I'll go get it. Ah, okay. Did it go under there?
Pictures down there.
Oh, goodness, yes, yes. Let me help you. Oh,
There it is, yes. Oh, let's do it. That's what she was at. Exactly. She told us what it was.
And let's see, I see 2 spokes on the floor, but I need one. Sorry. A pause to take care of the dog.
Hey, Laura Lee,
Yes,
how
ma'am.
many colored ones do you have on the side there?
There's gonna be 7.
7, okay, and then a natural goes in between those.
Yeah,
Or on the outside.
yeah,
Okay.
you got it.
And the reed needs to be sucked on there.
The round reed, yeah, if you want to stick your round reed in the water and start it soaking while you are putting these in, then it'll be nice and flexible. You should have 2 pieces of round reed.
2 pieces, well, yeah. Hold on, where'd you go? There you are. Yeah, there's 2 in that bundle.
Pardon?
I said there's 2 in the bundle. I was just checking to make sure. Because I dropped it in my water. I'm like, I thought there was only 1, but yeah, they were bundled together, so.
They were bundled together, yes.
You're getting sneaky on me, girl. Okay, so.
So I actually canceled my class last Saturday because I was doing the butterfly class because it was the roads were still bad. I mean, they're much better than they were.
Well, I mean, we had like 45 or 46 on Thursday, and it was 51 yesterday. And we still got like icebergs just full of, ice and snow together and stuff. But I mean, the road
Yeah.
at least is passable. I mean, yesterday picked up our trash in 2 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
no note, nothing,
just well,
yeah.
yeah, girl.
Be nice if they would have put something on their website or,
For the first time ever, I got a call from the
From your trash people.
trash people. And a friend of mine gets notices all the time. I never had gotten any kind of notice. And they actually called. It was a automated call system that
Yeah.
they called. My sleeve keeps on getting.
Getting in there.
Mm.
All right. Oops.
I said that to my husband earlier. I said, you have to dress for basket weaving because you can't wear like a long sleeve sweater or something.
That would catch on.
You just can't do that, you know.
Okay, baby clothes on.
Uh-huh. You have to dress for basket weaving.
Or under, in my case.
Or undress, yes. All right.
Nude basket weaving, there's an idea. No, thank you.
Well.
I didn't say it was a good idea. Just said it was an idea. Well, today that would be chilly.
All right. I'm gonna stand for a minute. Just get these guys in.
So how many are going on either side?
Pardon?
How many on each side?
There's 15, 7 colored or dyed.
so Laura Lee, I've been watching the Australian Open at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taylor Fritz lost last night in 4 sets.
I didn't watch last night.
Yeah. Was I was surprised that he went down. He won the first set and then lost the next 3
Huh,
against Monfils, the French guy.
yep.
Yeah, that's who he lost to.
All right. I think that right. I should choose.
I'm glad it's on right now because if I can't sleep, at least I know there's something I can go watch on TV.
Uh-huh.
Are you still having trouble or are you much better?
I'm sorry.
Are you still having trouble or are you much better?
Oh, I'm much better.
Good.
No, I saw the doctor Wednesday and I have to start physical therapy this next week. I'm on you can do anything. If it hurts, stop doing it.
Wow,
Makes
that's
sense.
great. Who did your
Yeah.
surgery?
I'm sorry.
Who did your surgery?
His name is Scott Purvines. He's a neurosurgeon. I mean, he was a lot nicer on Wednesday. First time I met him, I knew he knew what he was doing, but yeah, we had a much better experience on Wednesday. And I mean, if I had to have something done again, I'd go back to him.
Oh,
'Cause I'm lucky. I mean, he worked on 3 discs and I did not have to have fusion.
that's good. I've got 5 levels of my back fused.
5,
Yeah,
that's a lot.
it is. I've got rods in my back.
Yeah.
Okay,
So put your nail over
all
there.
right, so I'm just checking here.
I'm gonna see if I have any glue. I'm cheating.
Okay. Look at you go, Teresa.
Well, this is driving me nuts.
Yeah.
So
You're
I'm
gonna
go
do
ahead and
two-
try to get them locked down and work with the separation.
Yep, you can just get it on this first round and then you can space them as you do the second round
Okay.
more.
Okay,
Okay.
that's helpful.
All right, let me just check Marcia, Jackie, Renee, you guys doing okay?
Quick as I'm putting them in.
Yeah, give me just
Yes, I'm doing okay. Rita, I was already gluing mine in when you said that.
I'm trying to find glue and I'm not finding any, so I think I'm just gonna be.
And we
so
can
yeah,
start just on the
Hey,
other.
Laura Lee, there's an idea for next month's.
what's that? Lou?
Yeah,
I brought some, but you know.
Yeah,
I brought some with me.
I know I've got some somewhere, but
okay.
God, I remember when I started weaving, that was a 4-letter word.
Yeah. So if
It's to a lot of teachers.
oops.
I know, I mean, the first time I took a class and she said, let's glue, I was like, oh my God, it's like, you really said that word?
Glue is just another tool. That's all. Just another tool. And I'll just say this for the folks who watch this on the recording too, if you want to glue your spokes in, you're more than welcome to do that.
Do it the night before.
Um,
And you it's your time of it.
all right. Good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start the twining. You want to start your twining on a long side.
Makes sense.
So I'm gonna start on this side furthest away from me, and you're gonna go on top of one, and twining is done with 2 pieces, so you should have 2 pieces of round reed. And as you go around and do your twining, you want to keep it really close to the base. Really close to the base. And we're going to do 2 rows. So this first row, just get it in, and you know, you can work on your spacing a little bit, but as you do your second row, that's really where you can where it'll start to snug in and you can get your spaces nice and even. And
Mateo, did you leave?
not much. Let me see if I can come down. Whoops,
We're doing shades or twining.
twining.
Okay, I see it. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we're gonna go around and twine. The rough side's gonna be on the inside, so the rough side should be up.
I'm just thinking I need to come, this needs to come.
No, so their tail's on top, on the inside.
Tails on the
Cause,
inside.
yes, cause when you fold it up, it'll cover it. Or when you upset it, it will cover it.
Hmm. I'll pull this out then, I guess. There's a way to fix.
Let's see.
Can I just go toward me and clip it? I probably can, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Trim up there. So it's a little finagly as we're doing this part. Be patient. Get your spokes in.
I know, standing on the reed has been my biggest.
Yeah, don't stand on your reed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so much fun.
Oh, it's not what it can be.
Yep.
Yep. Let's say this to you guys, be careful of the cord.
So Laura Lee, are you driving to Texas?
We are.
I hope you have good weather going there and getting home.
Thank you, me too. I just saw something that said there was um a storm heading towards Texas. I was
No,
like,
where in Texas is the convention this year?
the convention is in Austin,
Okay, that's when I went, that's where it was.
and I have a nephew who lives there, and then my sister lives in Rockport, which is further south on the coast.
Okay,
It's about what do I want to say, 3 hours maybe.
okay. So how long is it, how long of a drive is it gonna take you to get there?
It is 16 hours.
Oh, okay, that's a good haul. So
Yeah.
2-day trip?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And Ziva's coming with us,
I
so
kinda figured that, you know.
that'll be fun. Don't pull it out after you've gotten it in, like I just did.
Well, I know you're gonna have a blast there.
It should be fun. I'm looking forward. I know, actually know quite a few people from Texas.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see Linda.
So yes, it will.
The weather should be better, no, it is.
Well,
Oh,
I hope
haven't been paying
so.
Attention to Texas.
My brother-in-law lives in Houston and they were getting supposed, I heard that they were getting ice. Too,
Oh.
and they don't have any clue how to drive.
I think
Yeah.
Texas been hit and they don't have a way of getting rid of stuff either. They don't have the equipment like we do. I just pulled the whole thing out. I was trying to
Did you
tighten-
just hear me say, don't pull everything out like I just did?
It's like loose over here when I'm.
Learn from my mistake.
I'm gonna put mine in this time until I start.
To get there.
Keep coming out.
Okay. Yep, just take your time, go around. It will tighten up with the twining, I promise.
I have to get them in first before I wine. You know, me slow and steady.
I'm just stupid, I'm so
Okay,
scared.
that's-
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Where
did they go?
So your short ends are good.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 7 on that side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So
One here. So they must
And then-
both
yeah,
go right here,
Yeah,
okay.
just- there you go.
no worries, no worries. We're just gonna, oops. All right. There we go. All right, so,
Put one in on the side and it pushed my corner away.
of course
Yeah,
it
the
did.
corner's really tricky.
Yeah, it's kind of the look I'm having today right now. It'll get better. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna see if I got any toothpicks to tighten this up with.
I can say, here's a couple of tricks that you can do. If you have toothpicks, you can stick those in.
Yeah, toothpick. Just go and shim it.
Pins you can use,
What's that?
like a straight pin you can use.
Oh, really? I've never heard that one.
To do what?
Make it thicker.
It's like a shim it.
Oh,
Yeah,
shim it.
like shim it till you
Yeah.
get things in. I don't think the round reed will work. The other thing that you can do, if they're, you're really struggling, let me get, is, you can, let me find my tool.
I've seen where people like rough up the image that goes in, and I tried that, but it's not.
So the other thing you could do is take your end and fold a little bit over, like make
Yeah.
a fold.
I think I'll do that.
I'll show you that. And then just, can you see that? So we're just folding it over a little bit. And then that will give it a,
Double the thickness.
yes. Now that might be too much. Let me give it a try on this and see. Go in. Okay, that will work. So that will make it a little tighter as well if you want to try that. So those are a few things that you can do.
I always think these little baskets are gonna be quick.
Never quick.
Never,
Like
never.
Barbie doll clothes. Not quick.
Oh, I think miniatures are, I just feel like I'm all thumbs with them. I find them frustrating. I don't find them enjoyable.
Uh-oh, are you telling me you're frustrated already?
No, I'm saying that, like when they're really miniatures, like the 2 and 3 inch ones. Those are just, yeah, no, thank you.
Oh, ornaments this year that were just a little tiny. And I thought, how in the world did somebody do that?
Deep breath,
Had a lot of patience.
deep breath. If you want to stop and glue, if you're really struggling and you want to stop and glue, go ahead.
I don't have glue or I would.
Yeah.
You want, here, give me 10 minutes. Let me run up to Walgreens.
Send Bob.
But
That's
you know what?
it's for, right?
You know the last time I drove my car,
Probably when I was there.
December the 11th.
Yeah.
I've never driven my car. Yeah, I got in it the other night and started it. And that was the 13th, I think. So that was over a month. And it started up, but I have not driven my car because, well, they told me not to lift more than 5 pounds. The doors on my car are heavy. So Bob's been taking me everywhere.
Okay, well, it's probably something that we do.
Thank
The one
goodness.
that you cut.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Well,
it'll be weird the first time I actually try.
Yeah, the first ones I put in are already dry. So by the time I get through, they should all be, this last set here won't take long to dry after that.
Yeah.
Because I use Gorilla Super Glue Gel.
Spray pen.
Yeah.
Because I'm impatient, I don't like waiting.
Probably.
I was gonna say.
No, you do, because we used it the
Yeah.
other day.
Okay.
Yeah. I just need to hold one
Here,
while I'm
okay, just
working.
take this, yeah.
She doesn't have it.
Have you got another one?
Yep.
No, it's okay, Debbie. I'll fix it. No, seriously.
I had it straight up.
And I brought size for us.
Wait a minute, no, that's okay. I got, I think I might have made those in here.
No idea, they're easy to get to. And I can't use both hands, so I'll be right back.
Not interested.
I'll get my keys.
What you doing, baby?
It's a ball. I ate through it, but I'm just looking at it.
Need my read. Thank you, baby. Okay. There we go.
Oh, no, no, okay. Oh, okay, sure, can I do that?
Oh, you got glue? He's got, okay.
All
All right, so for everybody who's on the recording, I'm gonna go ahead and pause as we finish going around. We're gonna go around, we're gonna do 2 rows of twining. If you want to glue, you can glue. You want to put a straight pin in, you can put a straight pin in. Okay, that's fine. If you want to try folding it over to get make it a little thicker, that will work. Good girl. So I'm going to go ahead and pause. We're going to get all our spokes in, and then we're going to we're going to do all of our spokes in. We're going to twine around twice, and you don't have to step up when you do this. If you want to, you can, but you don't have to. So I'm going to pause. We're going to come back after we get everything in and we twined all the way around.
Does it matter if one of these has the little point on it on the side?
Okay. So once you've gone all the way around twice, turn this, so we can get a good view here. And I'm gonna come down close. You're gonna end, you always want to cut, you want the point of your scissors to go towards the end of your reed. Let's Flo Hoppy used to always say, go with the flow. So I just lay my scissors on, the end is pointing towards the end of my reed, and lay them kind of flat and at an angle, and then that will lay right on there. And we're going to be upsetting these spokes, so you don't really need to tuck them or anything, because when we do that upset, it'll just hold everything in place.
So they're both cut on top of the spoke.
Spokes, yep, and they're cut on top of the same spokes that the beginning ones were
Right.
on.
That makes sense.
All right, I'm gonna pause again. Once you get here, I'll come back after we get everybody caught up and have twining done. All right, hey everyone, welcome back. So you should be finished with your twining. If you're not, put it back on pause and get your twining finished. And then we'll go on to this next part. So once you finish your twining, make sure that you spritz all around, right along the edge of your twining. You want to spritz all your spokes. And then,
Oh, I'm missing one.
okay. Okay, so once you have everything spritzed and wet, you are going to upset everything, and you're really doing a pretty good hard upset. Really going to push against the twine, because when we weave our basket, we're going to weave it so that it is straight up. Okay. We're going to go around, we're going to upset everybody. A good idea when you upset to also just push in, make sure your spokes are in nice and tight. Upset.
Does anybody ever cry during that? I almost did a minute ago. You were saying 100.
No crying.
Yeah, just like that.
I have people
Based on
crying
the-
on heat when I teach explosives. I say there's no crying in explosives, you know, like the
Yeah.
League of Their Own, there's no
Right.
in baseball, you know? It's a big joke, but we
Yeah.
actually have lots of people cry.
On explosives?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be scared of them.
They're not crying because they're scared, they're just stressed, you know, they passed and.
Oh.
you know,
They
their
have to-
job.
Oh,
So it's-
okay.
It,
Yeah,
it's
I can
out and
see
out
that.
panic, because it does get a little complicated, you know, and
Yeah. Are these men?
yes.
Good.
They are.
Good.
Yes, I've had more men cry than women. I've had them quit, cry, have heart palpitations, go to the health unit. I'm like, you don't know me. I teach like this. you know?
Okay, once you have everything upset, you're going to taper your flat oval. Make sure that you've gotten it wet. We're gonna taper it about 3 inches.
Only two. If I ever get it. Get the very base
So we're
of it.
tapering it about 3 inches. And I'm gonna pull this down into my lap and move the camera. Make a couple of adjustments here.
That's not correct.
Want to hold tight for a second. At least I will. Let's see. Tighty, tighty. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Trying to get it down so you guys can see better. All right. So we're going to start with our taper. We want the flat oval side or the oval side out. We're going to start behind one. We're going to use clips. Clips are your friends. You've taken classes with me before, you know I will say that. Clips are your friends. Even better when the clip stays. Try. There we go. Okay. So our pattern is over 2, behind 1. Over 2, behind 1. And we want to make sure that we are coming straight up. We want to be pushing our spokes up. Don't be afraid to use your clips. Over 2, behind 1. And this is going to be a continuous weave, which means we're just going to keep on going. Over 2, behind 1. Make sure as you're doing your corners, you're also coming up nice and straight. And this first row is going to lay right against the base. It's going to lay right on top of your twining. And it's going to be right against the base. Over 2, behind 1. Lots of clips. I'm using my clip on the ones that go behind because the ones that are over, the weaver is gonna hold those up for you.
I'm gonna see, say that again, say what you just said again, please. Where to put the clips?
I'm putting the clips on the ones that are under one because,
Under one.
because they're not being held up.
Okay.
So the ones that are over two, you don't need a clip on because the
That makes
weaver
sense,
is
yeah.
holding it up.
I'm picking up what's been done.
Alright. Come around the second short edge here. Over two, behind one. And when you get back to your beginning,
So do it in an angle, and I do it.
your
like
pattern is
this.
going to be shifted over one space.
Okay.
Tight here.
In there.
Okay,
Okay.
so that flip off. You're gonna just keep continuing on with over two behind one. So you can see here was my over two on the first row. And my over two on the second row is stepped over one to the left. So as you go around, take off your clip from the row below. Go ahead and reclip, and you wanna be coming straight up. Yeah. And you wanna be nice and tight against the row below it. And I'm gonna use clips probably for the first 3 rows, just to keep everything nice and tight together. If your reed feels like it's drying out, go ahead and give it a spritz. See that? We've got the heat on in the studio, so it definitely dries out the reed quickly. All right, so nice and tight. Make sure all your spokes are standing up nice and straight. And you're just going to continue to do this until we have 15 rows. Pack it in nice and tight. If you're having trouble packing, it may mean you have a mistake. When you do a twill, it should pack in easily. And if it doesn't, it's not packing in well, just check to make sure that you don't have a mistake. So let me get around one more time with row 3 so that you guys can see the pattern, hopefully. We're just going to keep going over 2, behind 1, over 2, behind 1. Make sure everybody's coming up nice and straight. Tighten that in. Oh, you guys aren't seeing that yet.
They haven't been able to see that.
No, it's fine up there. It's just there we go. What is it on? I have that one. Yeah, stop sharing for a second and then reshare here.
What is fun?
Yeah, I
Good.
really like it. And your all's colors look really cool because of the dot that like that it puts into them.
Such a fun little basket. Thank you.
Really sturdy, I think. It feels so sturdy.
Go for you guys. Sorry, I was technical difficulties in the room here. All right, so. I want to get around one more row so you guys can see the pattern. A very relaxing basket once you get all your spokes in.
Can't pass that.
All right, so now I'm starting on row 3. We won't need as many spokes now, or clips now. So I want you guys to be able to see.
That's my, the pattern.
The pattern, right, the pattern.
Okay.
All right, so let me bring this up nice and close here. There we go. So here was your over 2 on the first row, and then we're going 1 to the left. It moves over 2, so it's in the first row, it was over the dyed and the natural. This one, it's the natural, the dyed natural. So you can see as you're going. Okay, and then just make sure you're packing everything down in and use your clips to hold everything in. All right, we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna pause the recording. You're gonna just keep going until you get 15 rows. And when you add in, actually, let me just show you how to add in. I'm gonna just pretend we're at that spot here. You're gonna, when you have to add on a new piece, you want to stop it so that it is on top of your over 2. So here's my over 2. You're gonna cut it so that it is laying on top of that. You're gonna take your new piece. You're gonna start it under 1 right before it. Cover up those over 2 where you have your cut, and then just keep going. And then, you know, put clips on it so that it holds it till you get around and cover it with that next row. So that's it. Keep it nice and tight. You want to be coming straight up. So when you're looking at your basket, right, it should be, your side should be coming up. You don't want them coming in. You want them coming straight up. So keep an eye on that. You don't want to flare out. If you flare out a little bit, it's okay, but not too much. Okay.
So Laura, I have a question. So on the sides, you're weaving with round reed. I'm not round, but flat oval.
Flat oval, yes.
Okay, so do you ever shave, like, you know, so that you don't have the bump?
You can, this flat oval isn't too thick, but if
Okay,
you have a piece that's too thick, yeah, you can shave it a little bit. If you're gonna shave on the flat side
right.
so that, you don't see it as much. Okay. All right, I'm gonna stop the recording. Keep going until you have 15 rows, and then we'll come back.
So
All right, I'm gonna stop at 11 rows just so I can share, do the border, but you want to do 15 rows. And when you
I just stopped.
Lay down, okay? Put me down.
this is where my taper was to start. So I've tapered my my ending piece as well. And We're just going to finish weaving that in.
So Laura Lee, can you make it where the camera shows you?
Oh, sorry, I thought I had it on there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let me redo that. So-
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay, so let me come back. So here's my taper on the bottom row. I've tapered my my weaver so it's going to be tapered in the same place. And then I'm going to just finish weaving it out. The reason we're doing the taper at the beginning is so when we do the continuous weave, it lays, that next row lays on nicely. And then we taper at the end so that it's even, because otherwise your basket wouldn't be even. All right. If you're watching this on the recording, go get your spokes really wet. So before I turned the recording back on, I went and sprayed all your spokes that are exposed. You want to get them wet, nice and wet, because we're going to be bending them a lot. All right, and then you have a rim row, which is a 1/4 inch piece. You're just going to stick it inside your basket. So I'm going to pull it all the way in over to the left side, and then I'm going to start in a few. I'm going to leave a little bit there before I start.
So you're not weaving the rim row at all?
No.
Just putting it in there, okay.
Yeah, we're going to weave around it
Okay.
basically. All right, so your first spoke, you're going to bend over. There we go. Come up nice and close here. So you're bending it towards the inside of the basket, over the rim row, and coming out to the right. And we're going to take that and we're going to pull it down so that there's about, I don't know, about a 1/4 inch space between your last weaver and your rim row. And then we're going to do it again with the second one. So the one to the right. Oops. There we go. We're going to bend it over. So we did the first one, bent it over the rim row, came out to the right. We did the second one, bent it towards the inside of the basket, over the rim row, and out to the right. Okay, so that's your first, got to get those two going. And now we're going to do the pattern, oops, the pattern that you're going to do all the way around. Yeah. You're going to take this first one that we bent over, and we're going to bend it on an angle to the right. I'm going to kind of press that nice and close. It's going to go behind the next one that's standing up. Go behind it. And then you're going to lock it in by taking that one and doing the same thing we did with the first two, bending it over and coming out to the right.
that's where I missed it.
Our goal is to keep all of these edges here, nice and close, right? At the same height. That a little bit more, right? So we want them at the same height. All right, so now we're going to take the one on the left. We're going to bend it at an angle. So it's going to kind of lay at an angle right along the first one you bent. It's going to go behind the one that's standing up. So behind the one that's standing up. And then the one you just went behind, we've got to lock that bent one in. So we're going to come and roll it over. And we're going to continue to do that all the way around the basket. So we're bending up. Go behind the next one that's standing. And then take that one that's standing, fold it over to the right of itself. And pull it on down.
Okay, let's see what I was
Pick it up
doing
nice and
wrong.
close.
See.
So the folks who are ready and doing this, so Renee and I think Marcia, you're there. Does that make sense?
It does. I figured out what I was doing wrong now.
Okay, good, 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 good. All right, so I'm gonna keep going here. We're gonna bend up here. Under the next one that's standing straight up, and then take that one and fold it over. So all these ones that are at an angle are gonna kind of like, lay next to each other. So what we're doing right now, this step is called a matchstick rim. And you can stop right here and trim everything up. But the rim that I did on the basket, I think it's called a complex matchstick.
There's.
Yeah. So let's see, this guy wants to come out there. There we go. So we're going to continue going all the way around. So the one that you go behind is the one that then folds over.
That helps.
Say it better.
That said it better for me, yeah.
Okay.
And then that's kind of when I watched you, I started saying that to myself and that helped.
There. Good.
Getting focused on the bringing down.
Yeah.
I started thinking about that one.
Yeah. Hold it up.
Sure.
Go behind. Take that one and fold it over and lock the fold in. Yes, let me just come up. There's that. So that's what we're going for. I'm going to go all the way around. This is where you can really tell the difference in the reed. Tried to make sure I didn't give you guys anything that was too wimpy. But you may notice some difference, even especially for folks who have dyed and natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This way.
Oh, that's my room. Okay, so when you get around to the end, make sure you take your rim row and stick it inside. It just needs to lay on the inside. Huh?
Rimrow said rimrow, didn't
I believe I did say rim row.
it? It did say rimrow.
I tried, you guys.
All right.
All right, so again, bend it up. Get behind. Take the one you went behind and fold it over. And bring it down. Oops. Don't catch your other smokes. There we go. There we go. And again, we're trying to keep this top edge of this fold even as we go around. I think that's probably one of the hard things to do. All right. So this is the first step in this rim. Huh?
Got her head laid on.
Uh, Can you take a picture of it?
Where's
Turn
your
on the
breeder?
cuteness.
Where's your breeder located for the dog again?
I have no idea.
Oh,
Well, I probably do have idea. She was kind of a rescue.
oh, okay. That's good.
She,
Yeah,
there was a young girl who had her, who
it's too-
got into a relationship. Like, within a month, they moved in together. Within the next month, they bought the dog.
Mhm.
And within the next month, they broke up.
Yeah.
And so she couldn't afford the apartment and the dog. And she was having trouble finding a place that would take a dog that she could afford. And so the girl who does my nails, I had gotten in to get my nails done. She's like, "You like dogs?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "You want another dog?" So anyway, we had another dog at the time. And so we had to see if they would get along first.
Mhm.
But they were kind of, my other dog was, I would say, indifferent to her. So
It worked.
that's how we got her. So I know they did buy her from a breeder, but she didn't have the papers. Her partner had the papers, and like it didn't really matter to me. We weren't
I didn't
gonna.
care about. I had not long either.
Well, but she's a pretty good girl.
My talkers just destroyed my carpeting in my basement.
Oh, no.
The carpeting, I broke the carpeting, and apparently I think there might have been a mouse at the baseboard.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Under the baseboard, and they ripped a strip probably this wide. Zing, zing, zing. It's done. It's over. There's no fixing it. I'm just.
Did they
like,
get the mouse?
I have no idea. Not a
Yeah.
day.
Now created the rabble.
Yeah, I should have known something was going on.
Did they get quiet?
They got quiet. That's always.
Yeah. Siva's pretty, she's a COVID dog, I call her, because she's and so she's just always had us around.
Yeah.
So she doesn't do well
By herself.
by herself.
Did I get you with my phone?
There were a lot of dogs that were like.
Oh, yeah. Well, there wasn't any socialization or,
I
you didn't go anywhere.
a lot, and so I was always with my dogs during the day, and like, we all went back into the office, the dogs were like,
What's going on?
How do you get the rim inside the basket with all the long pieces on it?
Say that again.
How do you get the rim inside the basket? All those long pieces, I don't understand. I can't get it in there.
In between?
Just get it started. That's.
Oh, you just lay it in there inside to start.
But it's so much bigger than the basket.
Oh, well, if you need to, when I started, let me pretend this was my side. When I started, I just stuck it in and let it hang out the end here. And then as I get closer, well, actually, it's a good question. So because I'm at that point. So if you can see inside, you guys, can you see inside on the Zoom? Yeah. Pull these back a little bit. Okay, so here's my starting piece. Here's the end. And this is the rest of it, and it is longer. So I'm just gonna come in here and trim it up there. You wanted to overlap probably at least 3 spokes. So we'll just trim it for now. Did that answer your question, Marcia?
So Lorelei, you are recording, right?
I am.
I've never done one of these before, really. I've done very little. So I don't understand what I'm doing at all.
Okay, so, okay, well, let's. All right, so the 1/4 inch piece, your rim row, you're just gonna, it's just gonna lay inside the basket. It's not woven at all. Your spokes are gonna go around it, and that's what's gonna hold it in place.
So just overlap the rim row once you get to that point.
Yes, and are you at the end there? Are you at your end? Yes,
So just overlap it.
yep, and then when you go around, you'll go around both pieces
Right.
where they're overlapped.
I'm going to do
Okay,
that.
so, all right, I didn't see who was talking, sorry. So who has the question? Marcia, was it you?
I still haven't even figured out how to get it inside this basket because it keeps coming out because all the big pieces around.
So Marcia, you're just laying it in there to start and hold it with your hand. And then you're going to start doing the wrap. So if you look at page 4 on your pattern, is anybody at that point here? Are you at that point?
Yeah.
Okay,
I just put
Okay,
my
I'm gonna
in
just-
there, like,
may I, did you wet them?
Yeah.
Okay, we're wet, okay. All right, so Marcia, I'm actually,
Yeah,
you're going left-handed though, right?
Do whatever you
Do
want.
it.
I don't- it
You
doesn't
do it.
matter
Okay.
at all.
Okay, I'm just gonna take,
All
right, so So Marcia and anybody else who's watching, I redo this. This is Patty. Do you mind if I go to the right? Okay. Okay. All right. So I've got, this is your rim row. I'm just sticking it in behind. I'm putting it behind everybody. And I'm gonna put the end.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. And
It's just not kind of places so far.
There we go. Yep. Okay. All right. So you ready, Marcia?
not really. I mean, I'm not sure.
Okay, that's okay. So
I
Here
don't
we go.
understand.
just stick it in like the middle of the basket. Bring the end down to there and just hold it with your left hand. Okay, just hold the end with your left hand. It's gonna be floppy. It's not, don't worry about that. Just we're gonna hold it. And then you're going to take a spoke. Try to come down. Oops.
She never did sign it
There we
for class.
And come down a little bit closer. Okay. So we're gonna take any spoke. We're gonna fold it to the inside of the basket, over the rim, and out to the right. And that's gonna be the first one, and we're gonna pull it down so there's about a 1/4 inch space
Yeah.
between the rim row and the top of the wicker.
Then you take the next one and do the same thing.
And you take the next one and do the same thing.
I didn't hear.
Okay. So now you've got 2 there. And now do you see how it's starting to hold that rim row in place?
You know,
You see now?
How did you get it?
Okay. You were trying to make it harder than it needed to be. That's all right.
She gets burnt.
just when you don't know how, and I can't see what you're doing.
Yep. No, I'm glad you asked because now I can show it again because if you, right? All right. So now that you've got 2 of them folded over, we're going to take the one on the left. We're going to bend it at an angle
Yeah.
and it's going to go behind the next one that's standing up.
I'm not sure.
Okay?
I
And
know
then the
that-
one that you went behind, the one that's still standing up,
Two from there, I see that.
Yeah.
And
you're gonna
that's-
bend it over the rim row and bring it back out to the right.
I did the same thing.
Is this right?
Nobody.
You're right, nobody
Who's-
will know but us.
Here.
Okay. So let me do that. Let me do that.
Probably have boo-boos,
Okay.
but
Okay, I've already.
Only.
All right, so if you guys, can you guys be quiet for just a minute? No, that's okay. I just want to make sure I'm getting. All right, so let me make you big, Marcia, so I can see. Okay, there we go. All right, so. All right, so you've got too many bent. Take those, you've got 4 bent over.
Yeah.
I want you to take those last 2 up.
Oh, they're not right?
You're gonna, let me, take this one. All right. Let me get back to where, whoops. There we go. Get back to where you have just 2 bent.
Oh,
Let me get back to the table view so you can see. There we go. Okay, so you got 2 bent over. The one that's on the left, you're gonna bend at an angle and go behind the next one that's standing up. Okay. And then the one that was standing up that you went behind, now you're gonna bend it over and come down. So you should only have 1 or 2 sticking out at the bottom at all times.
huh?
So then the one on the left, you're gonna bend at an angle and you're gonna lay it so that they're at the same angle. It's gonna go behind that next one that's standing up. And then one it just went behind, now you're gonna take it and bring it over and lock it down. And you're just gonna keep doing that all the way around.
You lost me totally.
Okay, let me back it up again.
I,
If it's confusing, then we're gonna just.
So,
I,
hey, Marcia, this might make it easier. When you're gonna fold it to the right. And your colored is gonna go behind the colored spoke. And the natural is gonna go behind the natural when you're going up at the right angle.
um, I still am not, I'm
Okay.
still confused.
Okay, do you have your first 2 folded down?
I have 2 pulled down.
Okay, the one on the left. Your ones that are folded down, the one on the left, you're gonna fold at an angle and go behind the next one that's standing up. And you have color, Marcia, right? So if it's a colored or a dyed one, it'll go behind a dyed. If it's a natural, it's going behind a natural. So you got that piece? So you got it folded and behind the next one?
Behind the next one. Okay.
Okay, the one that's still standing that you just went behind, now you're gonna take it and fold it over the rim row and bring it down and lock it in.
So I'm locking it over the rim row and the other piece.
Yep, come it there. That better? There's a close up. All right. Then you're gonna keep doing that. You're gonna take the one that's on the left You're gonna bend it at an angle. Gonna go behind that one that's standing. And then you're gonna fold that one over that you just went behind and tuck it. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the recording. You're gonna do that all the way around, and when we get around all the way, then I will get back on and show you how to finish off this row.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do this one more time because people are having a little bit of difficulty, so we're going to do it again. So we got Becca's basket, and then we just trimmed, did the taper, and whoops, we're gonna end that, just let that hang behind there. Okay. Okay. So you have a rim row. It's a 1/4 inch piece. I'm just sticking it inside the basket. I'm going to bring it all the way to the left. And I'm just going to hold it with my finger. So it's about, I don't know, it's going to end up being about a 1/4 inch above.
Can't see the picture, hon. Can't see the basket.
Oops, let's do that.
Can't see anything you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, that's not very helpful then, is it?
It's not working for me.
Okay, so we did our trim and we finished off the weave. We have our rim row, right? Our 1/4 inch piece. I'm just sticking it inside the basket all the way over, and I'm just going to hold it with my left hand over here. Okay, so it's just inside. It's not, it's just, I've got it kind of hang it out. You just, no, it doesn't.
Okay.
Okay. So we're just going to hold that for a moment. All right. And we're going to take one of our spokes. We're going to bend it to the inside of the basket.
Doesn't matter which one.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
A few in from your end.
Okay.
Over the rim row
Mhm.
and pull it out to the right. And this is where I'm going to pull it. So I'm going to put kind of a little crease in there. So it's about a 1/4 inch space between the end of the weaver and the rim row.
Okay.
To the right.
Correct.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay. You need to be holding on to this over here.
Yeah, well, that's going to start to hold it in place now.
Okay.
Okay. Are we good there? We got one bent over.
Yes.
Marcia?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're going to take the next spoke that's standing up to the right. We're going to do the same thing. We're bending it over that rim row and coming out to the right. Okay, so now we have two that are bent over and coming out the bottom now. All right. Are we good there?
Yep. Got that part done.
Okay, Marcia, good?
Still supposed to be like a 1/4 inch up.
Yeah.
You want that when you finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Are we ready? Now the fun begins.
Right.
All right. So the one on the left, in this case, it's this the dyed reed. I'm going to bend it up at an angle. And I'm going to put it behind the spoke that's standing, the dyed reed spoke that's standing. If you're doing all natural, it's just this first one that's standing up.
Okay.
Are we good there, Marcia?
Yeah.
Okay. The one that we just went behind, this one that's standing up here, now we're going to bend it over and come out to the right.
Okay.
And that's going to lock in that one that we bent on an angle.
I would never figure this out from instructions, I bet. Maybe I could. I don't know. I mean, as far as reading it, this looks like it would be tough. to
Okay, so
figure.
now you should still have two at the bottom and one that's on an angle. Good?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Now we're gonna take this natural one, the one on the left. We're gonna bend it at an angle. So it's gonna lay at the same angle as that first one that we bent. I'm gonna lift up that first one we bent. I'm gonna go behind the natural now.
Do what now?
So I'm going behind this. Let's see. So you bend it, and now it's gonna go behind the natural,
Oh, okay.
but not over the pink.
And the reason
But
it
not
goes
over
behind
the
the
pink?
natural, so when you lock that down, it locks.
Oh, under. How do you do this?
Okay. So under the natural. And now the one that we just went under, we're gonna bend it over the top and out to the right. And it's gonna lock in this one. So let me come up and
So
close.
it's not taking one of them, it's not holding one of them down. One of them's gonna be over top of it. Like the green, it's not holding that one down.
Well,
This side reed is holding this one down.
Mhm. But this
This
one doesn't hold the
natural,
pink down.
no.
Okay.
Each one is gonna just hold one spoke.
Okay.
Okay.
Just making sure.
Folding the one on the left. It's gonna go behind the next one that's standing. And then the one that you just went behind, you're gonna bend over. And pull down.
Okay. So this one's gonna go. It can't go under that one. It goes like this, but then behind this one.
Yep.
Wow. Whoa.
All right.
His weight would
What's
say,
that?
whoa.
So Marcia and Renee, let me just check in with you two.
yeah,
Does that make more sense?
a little more. Let me see if I can actually do anything with it now. It's the same,
So we're always bending the one on the left. It's gonna go behind the next one that's standing. So the ones that are already bent, just kind of get them out of the way while you do that. So I'm kind of bending those back.
Yeah, that's my problem. They're kind of in my way here.
Yeah, just lift them up a little bit while you're doing that. Then the one that you just went behind, you fold down and lock in that one that you just put on an angle.
So mine's a white one. And am I gonna go behind that or what am I going behind?
You're gonna go behind the plain one, the next one that's standing up, this one.
Okay.
That's a-
That's-
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
there you go. Lift all.
Oh, I see.
And then this guy, when you just went behind.
It might take me a few.
All right, can I do one more?
Back and
Do
forth.
as many as you want, yeah. Cause I'm learning by standing here watching
Okay.
it, so.
So ending. Going behind the next one that's standing up. And then the one we just went behind, we fold down. And come around. So I think maybe make sure that the ones that you've put on an angle already, maybe take your left hand and just pull them out of the way. Then you're bending, you're going behind the next one that's standing up. And then that one you just went behind, you're going to continue and flip it down. Okay.
I think getting started would have been the hard part.
Yeah.
No.
So you do actually,
No, it's all hard.
I mean, I don't know what these.
it's
which
just
one to take
different.
this
It's
time.
It's pretty though.
um, Yeah.
Was to just kind of
okay. I'm going to stop the
Yeah,
recording
which one's
again.
that?
Continue going around.
somehow. So
I'm going to do that again. So now, once you've finished this around, your next step is you're going to take any spoke. So I'm doing a dyed spoke. It's going to the inside of the basket. There we go. We're gonna pull it tight. It's going over the natural,
Okay,
coming out to the right of the natural,
okay,
not really close.
yeah. Okay,
Okay. Thumbs up, Marcia.
Um, It, so it's going to the right of the natural?
Yep. So I'm doing a dyed one. It's kind of looping over the top of this
So
natural,
it's gonna go almost straight down.
almost. So on the inside, let me flip it over here. So that's what it looks like on the inside. So yeah, it does almost come straight down. Pull that in. And then you just keep going to the right and you're just going to come out the next hole.
okay.
Okay. And you just want to keep an eye on your loops on the inside. You want to keep them consistent, whether you make them really tight or you keep them a little bit loose. You just want them to be consistent on the inside.
Okay.
Okay. Let me do one more. Coming over. And so from this point, once you get the first one in, you're just going to keep coming out each additional hole to the right.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to do that all the way around. And when you get to around to the end, I'll pop back on. I'm going to pause. Go ahead and keep going.
Okay, then. Fine.
Okay. So for this next part of your rim, we're just taking it piece. So for me, this is natural. It's going over the blue and it's going to come out to the right of the blue. And you're just going to do that all the way around. You're going to do that. Then ba-doom. Okay. And once you get all the way around, we're gonna keep going. Once you're all the way done, then we're going to come back to the left. So Marcia, this is where you're at. So you're gonna take any spoke. So this is the part you showing it's already done. So you're gonna take any spoke. So for me, this one is a natural. It's gonna go over the natural and under the dyed.
We can't see what you're doing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me make it bigger. Spotlight. There we go. Okay, so I'm taking a natural. We're going to weave to the left now.
To the left. Okay, we're going backwards now. Okay.
So this is when you're
Okay.
doing the
Okay.
row that you're on, Renee.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I came out. This is when I was coming out to the right of that purple or blue.
Yeah.
Going to go over the natural and under the dyed.
Okay, then. Okay.
So you come up nice and close.
Righty.
And then you're going to keep moving to the left. So I'm using a little tool to help give me a little bit of space in there. Let me get a couple in here so you can see. It starts to create this like little braid look. This is the last weaving part.
Okay.
And then after this, we just trim it up.
So is this what you're talking about? I
Alright.
did, four
me-
of them.
let me get you bigger. Um,
Here.
wait, hold it, so the dyed is coming out under the natural. And then you look like you skipped one. Did you skip one? Hold it up again for me one more time, Marcia. You just skipped again. So you've got, oh no, it's just, yeah, it's just the lighting. Nope, yep, you got it. You got it, girl. Good job.
Okay.
So this is right.
This is correct. You got it. So you're gonna go all the way around like that.
Uh-huh. And
And-
then I just cut it flush with the top
Then
of what I
you-
did under.
Yep, then you cut it flush. Let me grab my,
Do I go back inside?
nope, this is it. This is done with the weaving. Let me come back. When you're all done, then you're gonna come and you're just gonna cut flush
With the one you tucked it under?
with the one you tucked it under, right
Okay.
there. Okay? That is it.
Finally.
All right, I'm gonna, let's see.
Next.
What was I doing here?
No, it's a really cool rim.
It's kind of fun, isn't
It after you get the hang of it, it is.
it?
That first little part was about to drive me nuts, but, and I knew it was simple. That's what was making me so frustrated. Is this looks that is so simple? Why can't I figure it out?
Well, you know what? It's anytime you try something new, especially like this is very different than how we, normally do rims.
Yeah,
So
it is. And I've never done a matchstick before, so
yeah, so this is a complex matchstick, right?
yes.
Because we went the front. So if we would have trimmed after that first step, that's like a regular matchstick.
Yeah. Okay, then.
All right. So that's it. You're going to go all the way around. You trim up at the end. And we'll call it good. And I'm going to stop the recording. So happy weaving, everybody. Post pictures if you're watching this on the replay. Post pictures when you're done.